Welcome back. If you are watching this from a quiet living room, perhaps with a cat somewhere nearby, maybe asleep, maybe observing you from across the room, then you already understand that the smallest moments with them often carry the deepest meaning. Tonight, we are going to sit with one of those moments. A simple one. A bowl placed on the floor. A familiar sound. The soft rhythm of paws approaching. And yet, even here, there is mystery. Some cats rush toward their food as though time itself were chasing them. Others arrive slowly, inspect the bowl with composure, take a few bites, and then walk away as if the meal were simply one small part of a much larger world. Why? What looks like appetite is often something much more layered. What looks like fussiness may be confidence. What looks like urgency may be memory. And when we slow down enough to notice these differences, we begin to understand something deeper about who our cats truly are. The quiet mystery at the bowl. At first glance, eating seems like the most basic of behaviors. Hunger, food, satisfaction, a cycle as old as life itself. But if you have lived with cats for years, perhaps decades, you know that even this simple act carries personality. One cat devours her meal in minutes, barely lifting her head. Another pauses between bites, scans the room, listens to distant sounds that we cannot hear. A third may nibble delicately, leave and return later, as though the bowl were a book she prefers to read slowly. It is tempting to interpret these differences through human lenses. We might think one is greedy, another dramatic, another disinterested, but cats do not approach food through judgment or performance. They approach it through instinct, history, and safety. The bowl is not just nourishment. It is exposure. When a cat lowers her head to eat, she momentarily reduces her awareness of the environment. Her vision narrows. Her hearing focuses differently. In the wild, this position required trust in surroundings. It required confidence that nothing would ambush her while she was vulnerable. And so, even in our kitchens, vulnerability still whispers beneath the surface. The ancient survival program. Domestic life is recent in the long story of feline evolution. The couch is modern. The food bowl is modern. But the nervous system is ancient. For thousands of years, survival depended on speed. Prey was small and fleeting. Competition existed. A meal was never guaranteed. If another predator arrived, hesitation meant loss. Some cats still carry this ancestral urgency more strongly than others, particularly those who experienced early competition. Perhaps born in litters where food had to be fought for, or time spent in shelters where feeding schedules were communal and unpredictable, may have internalized a message long before they entered your home. Eat now. Even if their bowl has never once been taken away, their body remembers uncertainty. This is not greed. It is adaptation. Their fast eating is a small echo of a much older world. And what is remarkable is that even after years of safety, that echo may remain. Not because they do not trust you, but because instinct lives deeper than reassurance. The confidence to walk away. Now consider the opposite. The cat who approaches calmly, who takes a few bites, then sits back, who may even groom herself beside the bowl before returning later. To many people, this behavior looks like pickiness, but often it is the quiet signature of security. A cat who walks away from her meal is saying something subtle. I know it will still be here. I am not threatened. I am not competing. I belong. Belonging changes appetite. When a cat feels fully secure in her territory, when she knows her position within the home, understands the daily rhythm, trusts the humans, and senses predictability, urgency dissolves. Eating becomes routine rather than survival. There is something deeply peaceful about watching a secure cat eat slowly. It reflects a nervous system at rest. And in homes where older women live alone with their companions, where the evenings are steady and the routines are gentle, this type of eating often becomes more common. The household itself shapes the tempo of the meal. Personality shapes appetite. Beyond instinct and memory, there is personality. Some cats are simply more vigilant by nature. Their eyes move quickly. Their ears rotate at the slightest sound. They are sensitive to subtle changes in light, tone, and movement. These cats may eat faster because their awareness remains partially outward. They want the task completed so they can return to observation. Other cats possess a softer internal rhythm. They stretch before approaching the bowl. They seem almost contemplative. Their movements are measured, deliberate, unhurried. For them, eating is integrated into the flow of the day rather than separated from it. Over time, if you watch closely, you begin to see that eating speed aligns with how they approach everything. How they greet you, how they enter a room, how they choose where to sleep. Appetite mirrors temperament. And temperament, unlike training, is deeply rooted. The role of age and life stage. Age gently reshapes eating patterns as well. Kittens and young adults often eat quickly. Their bodies are growing. Their energy is high. Impulse comes easily. There is less patience in youth, not from anxiety but from vitality. As cats move into middle age, rhythms stabilize. Hunger becomes predictable. Energy balances with rest. Meals may slow naturally. In senior years, something even softer can emerge. Movements become careful. Joints stiffen slightly. Senses change subtly. An older cat may take longer not because she is uncertain, but because her body has shifted into a quieter tempo. For many who share their homes with aging companions, watching these changes can feel tender. The slower eating becomes symbolic of time passing, of years lived together, of mornings and evenings repeated thousands of times. And yet, within that slowing, there is also deep trust. An older cat who eats gently in your presence is often a cat who feels profoundly safe. Subtle order and multi-cat homes. In households with more than one cat, eating behavior becomes even more layered. Even when overt aggression is absent, subtle hierarchies exist. A glance, posture, preferred resting place. Cats read each other continuously. A lower-ranking cat may rush to eat before another enters the room. Not because she is afraid in a dramatic sense, but because instinct encourages efficiency. Secure the resource, then retreat. Meanwhile, a confident cat may eat slowly, even turning her back slightly while chewing, signaling comfort in her position. Humans often miss these microsignals. We see only speed. But underneath, a quiet social dance unfolds. Providing separate feeding areas can sometimes ease subtle tension. Not as a correction, but as an acknowledgement that individual comfort matters. Sensitivity to environment. Cats are creatures of atmosphere. A moved chair, a visitor earlier in the afternoon, a change in your tone of voice. Even weather shifts can alter their internal state. A cat who suddenly walks away from food may not be rejecting the meal itself. She may be processing something unseen. Her nervous system may still be alert from a minor disruption we barely registered. Likewise, a cat who eats faster than usual may have sensed something unsettled. A sound outside, a scent carried in through the door. Because eating requires vulnerability, any small disturbance can shift behavior. Over time, when the environment remains consistent and gentle, many cats gradually soften their urgency. But the key is patience, not correction. Natural grazers. Unlike many dogs, cats in nature eat multiple small prey throughout the day. They are built for frequent, modest meals. So the cat who walks away and returns later may simply be honoring her biology. In homes where dry food is left available, grazing can feel entirely natural to them. It reduces urgency. It spreads vulnerability across time rather than concentrating it. And in quiet households, particularly those where owners are home often, this grazing rhythm can align beautifully with daily life. The ritual of belonging. If tonight, after watching this, you place your cat's bowl on the floor and pause for just a moment before turning away, you may see something you hadn't noticed before. A glance, posture, a rhythm that reveals how she experiences her world. These small rituals, morning feeding, evening meals, the soft sound of kibble or the scent of warmed food, are not minor routines. They are daily reaffirmations of belonging. And whether your cat eats quickly or walks away, what matters most is not the speed, but the safety that surrounds it. Thank you for spending this quiet time with me. If these reflections bring you closer to understanding the companion beside you, consider subscribing and joining this growing circle of thoughtful cat guardians. We move slowly here, we observe carefully, and each week, we continue exploring the quiet, emotional world of cats. Together, until next time, watch gently, notice softly, and let them unfold in their own rhythm.